Welcome, everyone, to the farm in Palo Alto, home to the Stanford Cardinal and to legends such as Elway, Luck, and McCaffrey, all of whom went through battles like the one we'll see in this one. We've got a sensational matchup for you. Fans have been filing in and getting ready for this game, as we'll see a team from the Pac-12, the Georgia Southern Eagles, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Stanford Cardinal. And Jesse Palmer, time to get this game started. Stanford about to tee it up to get this one going. He'll bring it back looking for help. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Eagles' offense will go on the attack. And it was a rough showing last week, and it all started with the quarterback, Jesse.
Yeah, he looked lost in that last game out. I thought the defense did a really good job at confusing him, mixing up their looks and their pressures. So no different today. The defense obviously watched the film, and they're going to come out and they're going to try to do the exact same thing and get this guy rattled. So this quarterback, he has to know what to expect early in this one.
If I'm his offensive coordinator, I want to get started off on the right foot, man. Get the ground game going, make it easy, because last week was such a disaster. We want to turn the page. We need some confidence. We need some good mojo. First drive, we need something good to happen early so we can forget about that last week.
Give to the running back. Makes it past the marker. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Georgia Southern about to snap it on another 1st and 10. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Back to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Woods. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Would they go for a big play on 1st and 10? Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
So far, it's been a rough first drive for this defense, but I tell you what, guys, all can be forgotten if they can bow up and make a stand right here. You got a goal-to-go situation. You know they're going to try to be physical. The field's already shrunk. Get some momentum back right here. Get a big stand. At least hold them to 3.
And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. They'll move the wide receiver. On the move. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Georgia Southern in a hurry. Quick pass on the jet motion. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
Man, great first drive by this offense. Capped off, 3rd and goal situation. A lot of times thinking run. They got a perfect play scripted. Take advantage of the defense, get the passing touchdown, and get this party started right.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Cardinal offense will get its first chance now. When you look at the matchups in the passing game, you might think that going to be overmatched at corner, but I think he's really looking for the opportunity to prove that he can match up with one of the nation's best.
Yeah, and this receiver always wants the ball. He especially wants it, though, today, considering what he's up against. He told us coming into this game that he should be able to dominate and get a lot of looks. This defense is going to have to find ways creatively to get this guy matched up and covered. They're probably not going to be able to do it with just one guy with that corner out there, David, because this receiver is a difference maker.
No, and this isn't a great secondary, but they're going to have to play a great game. And this challenge is big because he's a superstar. So let's make sure we don't give up the big plays, maybe play a little bit deeper than normal, sometimes get a little bit physical. This secondary has a tremendous challenge on their hands.
Looking to scramble. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. The Cardinal can be aggressive here on 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. The receiver was doubled and they picked it off. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Man, that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, just this is where you go over the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
He's going to take off. Turning it on. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving. Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. Looking to throw on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The give to the back. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Murray. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. And the Eagles are flying down the field.
And that's a 1st down for the offense.
Now from inside the red zone. He wants it all. Intercepted. Big play. Stop.
When you get in the red area, quarterback, you got to be dialed in. You got to be really sharp and really crisp. You have to play with great timing. The field is so shrunk. Everybody's got such a little area to cover. Fitting it in tight windows is tough to do, and he failed on that play right there.
Fires to the middle. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Listen, nice completion, short game. Now you get to 3rd down. 3rd down's more manageable. But guess what? If I don't get it on 3rd down, I still got that 4th down in my pocket. Nowadays, analytics, we're going for it anyways.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Pulls it in on the left. And the defense was on its heels after that long completion.
And that is a backbreaker if you're the defense, because you've done your job up to that point. You've set up the offense in 3rd and very long. You know they're going to throw it. You cannot allow a guy to get open that deep down the field for an explosive play. Somebody's going to have to answer for that when they get to the sideline.
Stanford quickly to the line. They'll go to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Stanford at the line, needing to convert on 3rd and short. DB's right up on the receivers. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Makes the grab on the left. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down.
Okay, ready?
The Cardinal, once feeling the shadow of that goalpost, now have moved it out and putting a drive together. Leaves it with the back. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get...
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Cardinal! Looking for the tie with the extra point.
Man, what a nice touchdown run. And this is a team effort, right? It's got to start with the offensive line to give you that crease. And then the wide receivers start to kick in. And the running back, he handles the rest. Nice touchdown run.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Goes to the option. Oh, he's got some space. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. First down here for the offense. To the ground with the back. Across the 45. He's loose. Running inside the 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Eagles.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Georgia Southern, 14. Stanford, 7.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5.
Returner is tackled down at the 9.
This should be the last play of the quarter. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Using the quick game. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. Wants to go up top on first down. He's going to fire deep. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Stanford to the line on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the heat. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. They bring the punter onto the field now. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. On the run, fires downfield. That's caught. It's Adkins. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. They'll snap it from the 47 on first down. Leaves it with the running back. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to go up top. Makes the catch. It's Woods. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The Eagles come to the line with a new set of downs. Hand off from the shotgun. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Field gets a little tighter here in the red zone. Going to sling it on 2nd down. Catch in the middle. It's Woods. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. First down for this offense. From the gun, the running back has it. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Back to pass on 2nd down. He caught it. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Eagles!
3rd and goal, you're going to turn around and just give it to this guy who just has a nose for the end zone. He's able to find the crease and pay it off for his offense.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be dragged down. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Makes the grab. At the 40, there he goes. We've seen this from this sophomore, so dangerous after he makes the grab. Stanford wants to push the pace.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on it. Intercepted! A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Eagles! The defense gets it done with that huge interception return. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the play and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. They'll give it to the back. Makes one man miss. He'll go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and deep in your own end, you need plays like that.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down, and listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
They try to pop a run on the draw. He never had a chance on the draw. Tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the...
There he goes. The 50. The 40. He's at the 30. Past the 10, and he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Stanford! When that receiver got 3, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you had my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
Set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Snags it quickly on the left. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Line getting set on second down. Back to pass. Pulls it in. It's Woods. He'll get a fresh set of down, stopped at the 31-yard line. And the Eagles will hustle to the line.
And that's a first down for the offense.
It's complete on the right side. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. No huddle offense to the line.
Brings up second down.
He wants to throw it again. Grabbed in the middle. It's Murray. And he won't quite get there. But, boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. That ought to be enough to move the chains and give Georgia Southern a first down. Quick tempo here for the offense. To the air on first down. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He goes down after the short return. The 1-8 play to get the football back. Looking downfield on first down. Quick strike complete. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line. Warp speed for second down. Pocket breaking down. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Stanford lines up to punt it away. Catches it at the 15. Slips through the line. He just about took that one to the house. They finally bring him down, but when you have a return like that, it pretty much eats up everything gained by the punt. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Woods. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. Offense picking up steam. 1st and 10 from the 31. Wants to throw on first down. Trying to escape and get it himself. And a nice pickup on the run, and gets down to avoid contact. Down to the 18-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Woods. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Georgia Southern.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Well, you got to know as a quarterback, when you're in an empty set, which means you have no running backs in the backfield with you, you got to be able to get rid of the football. And you're expecting pressure. The clock's going to go off in your head. Not a good job of keeping two hands on the football, and the defense able to knock it loose.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Palo Alto. And it's been an absolute clinic in fundamental defensive football so far. A total standoff with both teams refusing to give an inch. And I know this new era of football is about chucking it all over the yard and just outscoring the other team. But this game is a throwback, and to be honest, it's refreshing. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Stanford Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. Second half all teed up, and Georgia Southern will start it with the kickoff. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to first down.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Fires one high and deep. Got it in stride inside the 20. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12. Looking to throw on first down. He caught it. They will score. Touchdown, Cardinal.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. They go to the ground. They open the lane, and he hit it a gain of 5 out to the 33. The Eagles can really attack on this second and short. Gives it on the option. Running to Green. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Here comes the offense on first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Quickly to the tight end. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. And the Eagles with a second and short to keep this drive moving.
As a tight end, if you're going to be good in the passing game, you've got to be able to feel the windows when defenses play zone coverage. He did a really good job of that right there. He didn't rush. He didn't hurry. He took his time, found the soft spot, and gave his quarterback an easy place to throw the football.
Caught behind the line. It's Adkins. They're going to stop him short, and man, we haven't seen a lot of that. This offense has been a machine on third down. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. Quarterback keeper breaks into the open. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. You're in plus territory, no desire to give the football back. Maybe the punt doesn't even work out. They go for it, and it works out well.
So I wonder if you go tempo here, too. Now that you just picked up that first down, don't let the defense sub. A lot of these guys now have been on the field for a little while. See if you can catch them off guard here and try and take advantage of how tired they are.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, third quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Woods. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat. After getting nothing done on first down, 2nd and goal from the 6. Looking to fire. Here's a heat. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag.
Intentional grounding offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Cutting it close now with 3rd and goal upcoming. Wants to adjust the pattern. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Snags it over the middle. And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering toward a score. And they're going to try this on 4th down. They need a full 5 yards to get it into the end zone, but they'll go for it on 4th down. Trying to find the end zone, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Eagles. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape. So the offense definitely taking care of their business.
Stanford, 21.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Stanford quickly to the line.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again, back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. The give to the tailback. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Tempo and overdrive.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball.
Going deep. Got it in stride at the 15. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Stanford! He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. That lead has been sliced to 7, and now they'll try to put something together here. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. The Eagles can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Makes the catch. Works his way to the 38 after gaining 5.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
Power football with the run. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the 3rd. Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter. Georgia Southern has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. So the final period starts with a second down play. Sends it back in motion. Now on the option. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Gotta love the way the defense is playing here on this drive. Down in the game in the fourth quarter. They're expecting run, and they're getting stops these last two snaps. If they can get a big play here, they've got an opportunity to get off the field and probably get pretty good field position to put their offense in a position to maybe go score.
Got it looking for the first down. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a fourth down.
Oh, you know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the first down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And
it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. Picked up a few. On that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Got his man quickly. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. He'll do it himself. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Really nice job by the defense shutting down all the options. Don't let him get into his reading phase. Go get him right now, play sound, and more importantly, tackle him and get him on the ground.
He's stopped right there, short of the first down, in this defense trying to preserve the lead. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Got enough for the first down and wants more. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. The offense lining up for a first down play. Rides the back on the option, the give. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Got a man. It's Rousseau. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Hold it. Offense.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. They're facing a 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. Shoots it to the left. The sure hands, it's Murray. He gets those. Moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Gain of 18.
And they found the big fella again, and they found him early and often today. They featured him here in the fourth quarter. Still time left in this football game. I imagine he's going to still continue to get the football thrown his way.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Eagles come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster.
You know, when you're handing off to your fullback, oftentimes these guys need some space to work so they can build up a head of steam and get the speed going, but that guy didn't have anywhere to go on that one.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Makes a grab past the marker. Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32.
You know, you always talk about a risk-reward. Gambling and going for it with the lead on 4th down right there and getting it, the reward could be winning the game. That was an unbelievable play. And how about this coaching staff putting their faith in their players to come up with the execution and make it happen?
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Georgia Southern about to snap it on another 1st and 10. Handoff to the fullback. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. So now it's 2nd and long. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
He'll get that one all the way down to the 4. Before he stopped.
And how nice is it to just have a quarterback that you believe in, that you can trust, you can put it in his hands on 3rd down to make the right decision. You've got the lead, and you've got your guy. He sees it, nothing open, tucks it, gets a huge 3rd down conversion for this offense.
Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain.
A lot of guys on defense playing really well with their eyes right now. They were not fooled by that jet sweep.
Now it's 2nd and goal. Moves. Finds his big tight end. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Complete in the middle. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. To the air on 1st down. It's complete to the left. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. Second down coming. Wants to go up top. A deep throw as the clock winds down.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with an L.
He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. Throws to the wideout. Makes the catch. Converts on fourth down. Is still on his feet. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. He'll spike the ball to try to save every precious second he can. Behind the chains now on second and long.
On the play.
Back to pass. Finds his back in the middle. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
QB spikes the ball and the clock is stopped.
Backed up now. Here's second and long.
Brings up second down.
Looking to fire. Lets it go to the end zone. Pass is broken up. Incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6. The Cardinal come to the line with lots of work to do on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And that one sails through the back of the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you know the situation as a defender, and you know you're up by a score, and you know exactly what's going on with the offense. They got to make some big plays here in the fourth quarter. Nice job playing the deep ball, staying deep, and not giving.
Makes the grab, plenty for the first down. And it's grabbed for the late touchdown. And how about this? It's not over yet.
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You've made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you've got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the O?
And this is why you keep fighting. You just got your score on offense. Now you needed a miracle to come through with the onside kick so you can get one more possession to maybe go win this football game. Nice execution. And guess what? There's still time left on the clock.
Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
Yeah, it's hard. This is the hardest time because you got to have plays and you got to have scripts because you know they're sitting back with all the DBs on the field in a dime package playing pass. How can we get first downs? How can we complete passes and get out of bounds to try to save some of this clock as we move the ball down the field?
Well, obviously here in the fourth quarter trailing, they're going to be throwing the ball, trying to get back in this game. Couldn't come up with it there on second down. You're expecting them to throw it here on third.
Pressure coming. He'll pull it down. Crosses the 45. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Looking downfield on first down. He's taking the deep shot. Throw to the end zone, picked off. And that pick will seal the game as the clock strikes 0.